Hey people. Walking through the Econfina, the Aquafina forest? State forest? Econfina State Forest? I don't know. But it's very nice. I passed two ponds earlier, very scenic. We're in these just dinky pine forest. Must be a reprod, I assume, from the hurricane in 2018. You can see the terrain is kind of dropping down, and I believe that there's going to be a pond or a lake. I think they're called ponds on the map, but they're definitely big enough to be a little small lake. There's supposed to be rain and thunderstorms today, but it's blue sky and it's sunny. Well, that is definitely pond status. Don't mind that. Yeah, you can kind of see the chaos of all the tree limbs and all the tree debris. Yeah, this has been nice. It's super enjoyable. I stayed at the Hillcrest Baptist Church, aka Wilton's Hilton, last night, and very awesome people there. I just felt overwhelmed with just like good vibes, I guess I could say. I showed up and I was the only person here, but everybody else was out either slack packing or on some other errands or something. But I called Wilt, let him know I was here. He just sounded so nice over the phone, and it just left me with warm feelings. And yeah, I was just overwhelmed with how wonderful they're, like they really go above and beyond to make sure that the hikers are comfortable and have anything that they need. There's two buildings aside from the main church building, and there's beds, and there's running water, and there's shower, and there's laundry, and one of the buildings even has a TV. There's like couches and like soft cushy chairs, and yeah, mini fridges stocked with soda and other microwavable meals. There's fruit. It's awesome. It's great. This is something like you'd see on the PCT. This is essentially like the hiker heaven of the Florida Trail. The hiker heaven of the PCT on the Florida Trail, yeah. Except far less people. Out of all the time that I've been on trail, I've seen plenty of southbounders. I mean, that's a given. That's unavoidable. But I'm hiking northbound I'm in the panhandle now, so I'm hiking westbound, but you kind of, I guess if you kind of stay at the same pace, you don't really see a whole lot of people because you're all kind of moving north together. I saw on day one at the Oasis Visitor Center, I saw this guy, Steady Eddie, and then I saw him again 2 days later, and then that was it. And I saw, I think the day after I started, I met this guy Kosuke, and I hiked with him for a few days through the Seminole Reservation. Super chill dude, but our hiking styles or our mileage didn't match up, so he got left behind, and I bid him a farewell. And those were the only two hikers, other northbound hikers I've seen until now. And so I met Whatever and Spartan, and they just got dropped off. And I ran into Steady Eddie again at the Hillcrest Church. He was taking many zeros here. I get the vibe that Steady Eddie is kind of just maybe living on the trail a little bit, but that's okay. He's actually hiking, so it's not, doesn't seem as bad as the typical homeless quote-unquote hiker that you would see that just kind of roams around and takes advantages of trail angels' kindness and stuff like that. So he's been here, I think, for like a week or something, for a while, but yeah, so I ran into Steady Eddie again, and that was good. Here you go. Here's a sign. This is what I'm doing. Econfina Road, Florida Trail, foot traffic. Oh yeah. Yeah, this place got devastated. Alright, so we've got Florida Trail closed. We've got a reroute. Okay. I think I need to go this way. I need to look at my map. Alright, so I decided to hike the closure because it looked ridiculous. I didn't feel like doing like 3 extra miles. So, what is this? There's just no trail on the ground, so it's just, I see in the distance a trailhead sign or something, so, I'm just making for that. No need to go so far out of my way. They don't know who they're messing with. I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran hiker. This ain't no thing. So I'm currently slack packing. Took advantage of the kindness of strangers, and I left 90% of my gear back at the church. And so I just got some snacks, water filter, poop kit. Gotta have the poop kit. You know, basic needs. Got my phone, got my charger in case. Got my umbrella, got my brolly. So my pack is light. Left my shelter, all my sleeping clothes, and my sleeping bag and all that stuff back at the church. My backpack is light. It feels good. And I'm doing so how this works, how slack packing works is I got dropped off 30 miles, 30 trail miles down the trail, and now I'm walking. I was walking northbound or westbound through the Panhandle. Now I'm walking eastbound back to the church, and I'll stay at the church again tonight and have another shower probably do more laundry maybe. It's a luxury. And today's walk includes the awesome section of Econfina forest, or what's left of it. I'm enjoying it so far. I think it's about 20 miles of that. And then I'm going to pop out onto a paved road, and I think it's about another 11 miles of pavement. So it's nice to get this out of the way. And tomorrow I can just get dropped off where I got dropped off today, and then continue westbound or northbound from there. So that's kind of a technique that thru hikers can utilize. The opportunities seem to be few and far between, and usually only achieved with the help of trail angels. So, and it seems like at least once on every thru hike I'm given the opportunity to slack pack, so it's I like to take that opportunity. And here we go, back on this road, which is supposedly the trail. Keeping on the road. The lake, I think, is flooded over the trail, allegedly. So ordered a fresh pair of shoes for Crestview. I sent them to an Amazon locker, which is convenient. First time doing that, so that'll be cool. I'm excited for new shoes. Yeah, getting close to Alabama. After the Econfina forest, and I hike through Eglin Air Force Base, that's kind of wacky with the permit system. They test ordnance in Eglin, and they do like military training and stuff like that. So they have a map that is constantly updated every day that shows you like a 5-day forecast of which sections are going to be open and which sections of the forest are going to be closed. So, and I guess once you get the permit, you have a 7-day window to hike in Eglin. So that's kind of nice. It's not like a set campsite kind of thing. It is, but it's not. You're not assigned to campsites like restricted by your permit. So it's just, there are designated campsites though. So that'll be cool. Yeah, so it's this, and then either I resupply before Eglin or after Eglin, and then it's more walking to Crestview, which is a town that I sent my shoes to, and then that's like the last big town. That's like the last main resupply between there and Andalusia, Alabama, which will be the first resupply for Alabama section. Yeah. Alabama it's going to be interesting. It's about 200 miles of roads, whether it's dirt roads or paved roads or whatever, or what have you. But there's I think there is trail, but it's very makes up a very small portion, maybe 10, maybe 20 miles of actual trail. That's being generous, probably. And then that will bring me to the Pinhoti Trail, which is in Alabama. And then I believe the Pinhoti Trail is close to about 400 miles long. And from there, I haven't researched the Pinhoti, but I don't know how much road walking the Pinhoti has. I reckon it's not very much, but I guess I don't really know that. Yeah, so new shoes, and then I think it's about 90 miles to Alabama, and then I'll have pretty fresh shoes for Alabama. Hitting that pavement with fresh shoes. That's really what I'm wanting. I've been walking through. I walked through before this section. I had to walk through the Apalachicola National Forest, which was really cool. It was neat. It was very unique, and it was probably the wettest section on the trail. It included a swamp, like I did back in the beginning. In the beginning, I walked through about 8 miles of water, ankle to probably knee deep, through a cypress swamp. It's called the Big Cypress National Preserve, and that was in the beginning. And in the Apalachicola Forest, I walked through trails. We just got a bunch of storms through this last week, dumping a metric F ton of water on everything, and it swelled up one of the rivers, and that was overflowing onto the trail in a few spots. That was fun. That kind of broke up the monotony and presented some challenges that were exciting to overcome, and kind of made things interesting for that day, and that was nice. And in the same day, I walked through Bradwell Bay Wilderness, and that was the swampy section, like Big Cypress. But I think it was only about 3, maybe 4 miles long, and it was definitely more enjoyable. It was less. There was more scenery to look at than Big Cypress. Big Cypress was literally just a bunch of needleless cypress tree, a bunch of cypress trees that weren't in season. So it was really kind of gloomy and glum. But Bradwell Bay was cool. There was a lot of pine trees. There was cypress. I think I saw some oak trees in there. So there's more variety. There's more stuff going on. It was more of a challenge. The deepest it got was, so it was crazy. It was interesting. You'd walk through, and the bottom, it's like silty, and the deepest it got, it was like you could see the silt. It was only maybe a foot from the, like the water was only a foot above the silt, but you'd step in the silt and it wasn't consolidated by any means, and you would just plunge up to your hips, plunge up to your waist. Every now and then you'd take a step, and then you'd plunge up to your waist and get a good surprise. So that was cool. Yeah. And that was nice. I did that, and then the next day it was a storm all day. One of those big lightning storms came through, and the rain started probably about 1, and it just flooded everything. So all day I was walking through ankle deep water, and did a 29 or a 30 that day just to get to a campsite that had shower. Let's check it out. Nice. It's a luxury. I think I go this way. Hey, this is cool. I think I might jump in. This is wonderful. Some people might be curious as to what I'm eating while I'm hiking this trail. Well, I didn't bring a stove, and no, this is not a Coca-Cola commercial. So yeah, there's that. That's the main event. That's the main substance of my meal, if you will. And these are things to supplement. So, things like this. This is pretty good for just raising morale. These don't have a whole lot of substance, but they keep the hunger at bay. I'm not cooking food. I'm not cold soaking food. I'm just eating food. Saving weight. Simplifies things. And I do miss hot chocolate. The stove does have its uses. It'd be nice to be able to cook ground beef and make like some trail tacos, but this is fine. Especially since the Florida Trail, I guess just the East Coast in general really, the trails seem to go through towns and mostly convenience stores are pretty frequent. So I can supplement my stretches. These are the first thing to go since they're constantly defrosting and eventually completely defrosted after probably just a day, but after those go, then I can supplement it with gas station or convenience store stuff, chicken, whatever. They always seem to have chicken. That's what I eat. That's what I've been eating. Your curiosity is quenched. You can see in the creek there, those spines. Those are called cypress knees. And they kind of just come up and do their thing. From cypress trees. Oh, here we go. Here's a good example. That's what I'm talking about right there. This is the shiznit. I don't see, can't really identify any cypress trees over there, but that's those are cypress knees. And they're kind of bald on top, as you can kind of tell from the video. And I don't know what their purpose is. I don't know if they're once trees and then they like, oh, this one's really loose, hold on. Oops. Yeah, this is better. Okay. I don't know if they were once trees, and I don't think so, at least. That's what I thought at first. I think what they are is they spring up from the roots or something. It's kind of a silly little thing, and it has a funny name.